All right, wrestling fans, buckle up. We're diving deep into Survivor Series, War Games tonight.
2 double cage matches, big title fights, even some injuries. Lots to cover.
Definitely a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
We're all about those aha moments here, for fans who want more than just the highlights.
Right, you watched it, maybe saw some recaps, but we're going deeper. Like, what's the strategy, the storytelling? That's the good stuff.
Exactly. Let's start with that women's War Games match.
Oh, yeah, that was something.
Okay, seriously, when Naomi pulled out that toilet seat for a stink face, no less, I was like, what is happening?
And that kind of sums up the problem, right? Was it shock value over substance? Like, memorable, sure, but did it fit the story they were telling?
You think it was too chaotic. Some people love that, but...
It's a tightrope walk, for sure. You want wild, but you also need a thread for people to follow. Speaking of threads, did you see Tiffany Stratton almost cash in Money in the Bank?
Oh, man, she was so close. Right there, chaos, 2 people down, perfect opportunity. But then she hesitated. Do you think she blew it?
Tough call. I mean, Io Sky took her out anyway, so maybe saving it was smart. But Liv and Jax were both down. That's rare.
True. High risk, high reward, as they say.
And did you feel like this War Games lacked that build-up we've seen before, like those personal stories?
Huge E factor. It's the difference between, oh, cool moves and I'm invested in who wins. This felt more like the first one.
And starting with Nia Jax, I get it, she's powerful, but did it kill the pace early on?
It's like trying to start a sprint uphill, right? Took a while to get going.
Oh, man, and poor Liv Morgan. That table bump from Ripley was brutal. Highlight real stuff, but ouch.
Ripley was on another level in this match, though. That riptide off the top rope, a statement made, she's coming for that title.
All right, time to talk about someone who stole the show. Braun Breaker in that triple threat match.
Triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. Can't forget that.
All right, if you haven't seen this guy, imagine power, speed, and the best facial expressions in the business.
Total package wrestler. Like the old school greats. He's got it all, even this early in his career. Gave me major John Cena vibes. Future world champ material.
100%. But how he won was interesting. Did Ludwig Kaiser basically hand it to him, taking out Sheamus with that shillelagh?
It's like that title is cursed for Sheamus. Seriously. Always something. So Breaker gets the win. And, speaking of surprise wins, Shinsuke Nakamura is finally U.S. champ.
And think about this. His first pinfall win on a pay-per-view since 2020. They took a guy who felt stuck, and bam, champion again.
Crowd went nuts. It felt like a genuine shock, not a predictable ending.
And that's smart booking. You got to play with expectations sometimes. Makes those wins feel huge-y.
Nakamura proves that slow burn can lead to big explosions. Speaking of which, Gunther versus Priest for the World Heavyweight title, that was intense.
Priest started strong, but that shoulder injury really slowed him down, and Gunther, well, he's the ring general, right? No mercy, targeted that injury like a shark.
But then Finn Balor interferes. Hits Priest with a coup de grace. Out of nowhere. You'd think that's it, right? Help your buddy win.
But Gunther, he takes Balor down like, I don't need your help, I'll win my way.
So much character in that one moment. Ruthless, but honorable. What do you think drives him?
It's deeper than just wanting the belt. He wants to earn it, dominate, no shortcuts.
And now we might get Gunther versus Balor. Sign me up.
Oh, the potential there is huge. 2 totally different styles, and after this, bad blood.
Speaking of storylines,
yeah,
that men's War Games, totally different vibe.
Right. The women's was kind of random, but this one, bloodline civil war, man. Personal stakes.
You could feel the tension between CM Punk and Roman all night. That near brawl before the match even started.
And remember when Punk grabs that toolbox, takes down the whole new bloodline with it?
Brains over brawn. Couldn't outmuscle him, so he outsmarted him. Classic.
And Jacob Fatu, talk about a breakout performance, dominating everyone.
Even Roman was nervous around him. This guy's going places for sure.
Star power, you can't teach that. And that spot off the top rope, ouch.
Yeah, fingers crossed he's okay. So Punk's OG bloodline wins, but is this over?
Nah, this is just Act 1. That tension's gonna explode eventually.
So did CM Punk bring War Games back to its glory days? It felt like a classic to me.
He definitely elevated it, but it was everyone, really. The high flyers, the brawlers.
True. Okay, time for some real talk. That women's match, I was underwhelmed.
It needed a better story, and the pacing was off. Those big moments felt random, not part of a plan.
And the ads. Seriously, every 5 minutes it was jarring.
Tough balance, ads and flow. You need sponsors, but gotta keep the viewers hooked too.
Amen to that. And Balor versus Priest?
Yeah.
I'm ready for them to move on.
Sometimes you gotta end a feud before it gets stale. And Tiffany Stratton, Missed opportunity, right?
Big time. That cash-in was right there, but she blinked. Are they overdoing the teases?
Surprise is key with Money in the Bank. Tease it too much, it loses its power.
Speaking of tough to watch, that Fatu landing?
Yeah.
Scary.
And Jimmy Uso apparently broke his toe. These matches are no joke.
Man, speedy recovery to both of them. It's war games for a reason, right? You gotta pay the price. So much to think about. This whole Survivor Series, where do we even start with the bloodline? It's like a soap opera, but with more headlocks.
It's Shakespearean, seriously. Reigns and Punk, the tension is THICK. That alliance is one bad day away from imploding.
Who cracks first? That's the question.
Yeah.
Both of them are so good at playing the game.
And then you have Braun Breaker just exploding onto the scene. That was a statement win. Future of the WWE.
He's got the pedigree, the look, the fans love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a bright future.
And what I like is he's still got room to grow. We're seeing the early chapters of his story. That's exciting.
It's what keeps wrestling fun, right? New guys, old rivalries, anything can happen.
Absolutely. Larger-than-life characters, crazy storylines, and you're never quite sure what's next.
So for all you fans out there, think about this. If you were booking Survivor Series, what would you change?
Would Tiffany have cashed in that briefcase? Balor versus Priest, would you have ended that sooner?
It's what makes wrestling so great. It's all debatable. Get you thinking. Get you talking.
There's always more to it than just the matches, you know? Strategy, the psychology.
And that's what we love to dig into here on The Deep Dive. We'll be back soon with another episode breaking down all the action.
Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss it.
Until then, keep those wrestling brains buzzing. And as the great Stone Cold would say, and that's the bottom line, because host speaker said so.